Hey, welcome back to our tutorial series. In this video, we are going to be covering player damage. Unreal actually has a player damage system, a robust one built. In this video, we're going to just do something really simple, and maybe in another video, we'll do a more complex one. But before we get started, if you like this video and it has helped you, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and let's get started. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to create just a basic blueprint or an actor or some sort of pawn that's going to trigger the damage once our player interacts with it. We're going to click create at the top left and go to shapes and add a cube shape. Now that we added our cube, go up to blueprints and click convert selection to blueprint. And this is just going to convert our cube mesh into a blueprint. Blueprint cube 0, or you can name it whatever you want. For the creation method, select subclass and parent. Let's see. Let's just leave this at static mesh. Now, as you can see, we have our blueprint with our cube mesh. Now select your static mesh, your cube, and we're going to change the collision on the details panel on the right. Select generate overlap events, turn off step on, character can step up on. For collision presets, let's choose trigger. Or I think you can use UI as well, but let's choose trigger first. Click and save that. With our static mesh selected, go to the event graph, right click the graph, under add event for static mesh component, go down to where it says collision, expand that and add on component begin overlap. Now, when our character overlaps this mesh, it's going to trigger this node right here. Now we're going to click that node and drag off and type in damage and choose under game damage, apply damage. And we're going to drag off other, where it says other actor, and drag that off to damage actor. And the only other thing that we need to do is where it says base damage, we're going to add a float value to that. I'm just going to make this, let's see, I'm just going to make this a 10. So that's going to be our damage. So the player pawn is going to overlap. Once it overlaps, it's going to trigger this apply damage. Let's click and save that and compile it. Now, next we want to, we're going to go back to our BP underscore character blueprint. And just to make things neat, let's create another graph and name this damage. Compile and save. And personally, I believe it's good practice to organize your nodes and your logic into different graphs. You don't have to do this, but just to keep things organized. Now we're in the damage graph. Now right click, type in damage, and scroll up to where it says game, where it says add event, game damage and add the event any damage. Now, when this is triggered, it's going to trigger this any damage, and it's going to point to this actor. Or any actor that has this node, the damage event. But it's going to trigger this event. And let's see. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a variable, and let's name this health. And we're going to change this variable to a float. And this variable, it's going to hold our health. Now let's change the default and let's make that 100. And just to check this, go back to the main event graph, drag off your health variable, drag off and type in print string. Can connect that to the event tick, but you know what, before that, add a delay node. Set that for 1 second. And right now you can see the health variable is connected to the duration. Let's just hold control, click that and drag that to the string. Compile and save. And when we press play, let's see. As you can see in the top left-hand corner, we're printing out the value, that health value. So we just did that just to see, just to display our value. Because currently we do not have a health bar set up. We'll do that in a later tutorial, but today we're just going to display it that way. So now go back to our damage graph, event graph, and on the event any damage, we are going to click and drag off our health variable and choose set. And we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to click and drag off and get health. So, you know what? Let's go back to our cube. Okay, we actually did, I forgot, but we actually did set up the damage. So the damage is going to be 10. That's already set up. And what we're going to do is we're going to click and drag off this damage and type in, let's see, the negative, or type in subtract. And we're going to hook up our health variable. I think we're going to do this, the first one, and drag that damage amount to the bottom. Now, after that, let's connect this set health. So basically what this is doing, this is taking our current health and it's going to subtract the damage amount. And then with this new value, we're going to set the health, the new health value. Now click compile. And when we play, did I actually set that cube in there? Oh yeah, it's there. Now, when we run into this cube, our value should change. See, it's on the top left. it says 90. We're going to run into it again. It should be 80. And if we want to go further, if we want to stop this at, let's add a clamp node. And this is just going to clamp the value. So click and drag off, type in clamp. Let's see, float. And set the minimum to 0 or to whatever you want. We're going to set that to 0. And the max doesn't matter at the moment. Drag that off to health. So now it won't go past 0. Hey, if you like this video and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and check out the other videos in this series. And you guys take care. God bless.